Bang, bang, bang. That's an all too common sound in the United States. According to the realtors, about 10 billion bullets are sold each year in the United States. Yes, I said billion with a B. The vast majority of those are fired on secure gun ranges for training purposes or for hunting. But it is estimated that 0.2% of those are fired in acts of violence or aggression. That's 4 million bullets. And each one of those bullets have been loaded into a gun that is being carried around in public. What would you do if that gun was pointed at you? Hello, my name is Anaya, and today I'll be talking about gun violence. Not very long ago, my mom was reading an article about what motivated a 21-year-old man to commit a mass shooting at a grocery store in Boulder, Colorado. He ended the lives of 10 people. It was the second mass shooting in the United States in less than a week. The gunman was armed with both a pistol and military-style assault weapon. I was shocked by what she was telling me. A random tragedy, I thought. What a random tragedy, I thought. But you know what? Unfortunately, it is not random at all. In 2020, there were over 614 mass shootings in the United States. That's almost 2 every single day. So, how is this even possible? You may be asking yourself, it's because of how easy it is to buy weapons. Anyone who is 18 years old or older and who doesn't have a criminal record can buy a gun. They can just walk into the Walmart with their driver's license and walk out with a weapon. They can buy pistols, carabiners, shotguns, and even regulated submachine guns. People as young as 16 can start handling guns with adult supervision. However, they can only use beginner's guns, such as these, pictured on the screen here. In other countries around the world, the criteria is different. For instance, in India, you only have to be 21 years old to buy a gun and 18 years old to start your training. But in the United States, it's easy. Sometimes it's even expected. Did you know in Kennesaw, Georgia, it is mandatory at least one member in each household maintains a gun? Yep, it's the law. I wonder how soon other cities will follow this. With so many people having guns available to them, it's no wonder bad things happen. The effects of guns are terrible: murder and manslaughter. The trauma for those who survive. Survivors suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, short form PTSD, and often relive the moment in their nightmares and wake up screaming. It even affects their family members of those involved. Here's a grid here to show you just how many people are affected by this. And this is only in the United States. I'll give you a second to look at this chart. Imagine the numbers of the other nations. Imagine how bad it will get if we don't stop this now. What is the motivation of gun violence? The most common motivation is negative emotions such as anger and sadness. When we feel sad or angry, and it's not wrong to feel that way, you should not have a weapon in your hand. Sometimes our emotions control our actions. If we have access to weapons when we feel the strongest emotions, we might choose to use those weapons. Pure rage caused by the loss of a job, stresses about money or relationship, issues can cause gun owners to act out in the worst way. An additional contributor is alcohol. Being drunk makes us feel the emotions more. We also have less self-control, and the chances of us acting out are greater. Personal issues, strong emotions, alcohol, and accesses to weapons have led to too many acts of violence in the United States. Did you know in the US there are more guns than people? Over 9 million new handguns are produced every year in the United States. It has a population of 328.2 million people. According to a recent survey, about 44% of Americans' homes contain a gun, and 32% of adults own their own weapon. This means that guns are everywhere. Soon, guns will become the number one in population. In the United States, there are more than 100 people die each day, and 230 additional people are wounded. This is the impact of guns. But this is not only a problem in the US. Did you know that 44% of homicides around the world are caused by gun violence? That is almost half. In 2012, There were more than 1.4 million firearm-related gun deaths of civilians. What I would like you to take away from this is to inform someone you know about what you have learned today, to understand what this is caused, and lastly, to ask yourself, how can I help? What you can do to help is you can inform even more people about this gun violence. So if they encounter something like this, they're prepared for the worst. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.